What is up, guys? Steve Conroy with Lug Away Junk Removal and Demolition. Heading out of the shop now, Monday morning. Snowed a bunch over the weekend. Now it's all ice. We got a nice cold day ahead of us. In today's video, we're gonna touch on the winter slowdown, fears that you may be having, fears that I have, kind of how to navigate that, how to keep your head in it, all that good stuff. So first off, you probably noticed that I changed the channel art on the page. I changed the name from Lug Away Junk Removal and Demolition to Steve Conroy. Trying to get this page a little bit away from my business and focus more on me providing my 2 cents, documenting the growth of my business, documenting Lug Away's kind of journey so far, moving forwards, you know, whatever. But getting it away from Lug Away. So that's a little update on that. Still the same info on the channel. Nothing's gonna change. I want to give you guys an example of being fearful in winter, and I'm using myself because this literally happened a week ago, and over the weekend as well. So last week, first week of the new year, is always slow for any business. Looking at my sales for the previous year in 2021, first week of the year, and I think we did, I don't know what the number was, but it was a big number. It was a healthy number. So I was kind of starting to freak out a little bit because at the first couple days, we only had, you know, a handful of jobs to do. So I'm looking back at my paperwork, I'm realizing we did have a pretty massive clean out that was a 2-dayer. So I'm freaking out about this and that, and I'm not getting phone calls, and I'm like, well, is my Google Ads campaign all right? And like, I'm literally turning my phone off and then back on, thinking like maybe I'm not getting service, all this stuff. You start tricking yourself, you start overthinking because you have the fear of the months are gonna get colder, there's going to be more snow, there's going to be more people taking time off at this time of the year, and you start freaking yourself out. And then all of a sudden, like literally like that, 3 days after I was feeling like that, I had a day where my phone would not stop ringing. The emails were coming in. We're booking massive cleanouts. We're booking full days of small pickups. And I'm not saying that we're like completely booked, but for the season that we have, the season that we're in, it is expected for you to get less work, but you want to understand and know and believe that it is only going to be another, you know, it's 2 or 3 months until spring, and you can't fall off the bandwagon here and go into, you know, take a right and head off to Negativityville, because that's going to affect, this is like some weird stuff, but it's going to affect your energy, dude. It is. You start getting negative. The people you work with, whether you're in a position like me where you have truck teams out, or you're the guy in the truck and you have a guy next to you, you have 2 guys with you, whatever it is, they're going to start feeling that. They're going to start saying, oh, well, you know, he didn't have us work Tuesday and Thursday last week, and, you know, he's usually on the phone all day, and now he's not picking up calls. If you're not reassuring your guys that you can get them hours, and reassuring yourself that everything is going to pan out, it's just part of the business, you're gonna put yourself in a bad place mentally. The people around you are gonna feel it, and you're not. It's not gonna be good. I literally just dealt with it over the weekend. I had a horrible weekend, giving myself anxiety because I have 4 guys to give hours to, and I'm looking at the schedule on Sunday, and I'm like, I have 4 jobs booked spread across the entire week, And then out of nowhere, they, you know, started trickling in, and this person calls, and a repeat customer calls, and, you know, someone else says, hey, you know, so-and-so has a number, or here's their number. You know, they were looking for junk removal, and I was in the headspace. I had someone's phone number that I could have called for a job, and I was in the headspace of, you know, I was just getting down on myself, and I didn't want to do anything. I was almost getting like depressed, and I get like that. But and some of you may not, which is great, but for some of you that do, that get into these states where like it's very hard to pull yourself out and get motivated to do anything, and all you want to do is lay in bed and not get up, and everything's, you know, feels like it's like, you know, you get the weight of the world on your shoulders. It's all mental. If you can pull yourself out of that, get your shit together, and, you know, tell yourself and believe when you tell yourself that everything is going to be fine. It doesn't even matter if you're slow all winter, and you maybe, you know, if you have a bunch of guys, you have to lay them off. I mean, you have to do what you have to do. If you have, you know, only 1 or 2 guys with you that are riding around the trucks, then you give them hours doing, you know, whatever it is. Go drive around marketing, or go and, you know, you got to figure out stuff for them to do. You can have them volunteer. You know, it's money out of your pocket, but it's all in the greater good. It's all for the greater good of the business, because come springtime, if you don't have anyone working for you, you're going to be absolutely screwed. So I look at it as, okay, there's 4 guys that work for me, and this works for any size business. I have 4 guys that work for me. I need to give them at the very least 30 hours a week, at the very least. And there's no trick to that number. That's just what I want to give them. And that's with like no business. If I had no jobs on the list, I would still say, come in, we're gonna go, you know, drive around doing marketing, and that stuff gets old quick, but you have to do what you have to do. Train them up on, you know, things that you want them to do better at. Clean the shop. I'll show you a before and after of what my shop looked like right now. I'll throw it in right here. I had organized the shop the other day because there was just crap all over the place, and the guys were coming to me saying, well, you know, where is this, where is that? And I'm like, I think I put it over here, or it's over there, or whatever it is. It's, you know, you got to help yourself out, but use this time to take care of stuff that you don't have time to do. No one wants to grease the trucks, especially when it's cold out. Grease the friggin' trucks. Put some gloves on, roll your sleeves up, and grease the friggin' trucks. Detail the insides of your trucks. Figure out where a car wash is that you can drive the truck into, a commercial washer, and get the spray gun out and spray the undercarriage of the truck and get all the salt and get all the crap off of it that's been just sitting on there for the last few weeks. It's just something for you to do while you're working on your business. And while you're working on your business, you're in your business, you're thinking about your business. So you could be detailing the car, and you could come up with a great idea for advertising, or a great post to put on Facebook, or anything like that. It's all, you just want to always be focused on your business, always be focused on bettering your business. I have a list. I don't know where it is. I think it's in my back pocket. Every morning I'm jotting down my list of things to do, and then starring 5 things that I absolutely need to get done. And whether that's personal stuff or stuff for the business, but 5 things have to be for the business, and then the rest of my like to-do list is, you know, stuff that I need to do in my personal life that I'm aiming to get done that day. But just jot down, you know, I use 5. There's no magic number to it, but 5 things you want to, you know, hammer out that day. Like I said, whether that's, you know, filling up the friggin' tires with air. The rear inner tires on all dump trucks, at least in my experience, is an absolute nightmare. But I found a way to fill them up. And I haven't really filled up the inner tires. Like, every time I get an oil change on them, I have them fill them up. I could never do it. And I found out how to do it. It was freezing cold. I'm crawling around on the ground, but I solved my issue. You know, things like, I don't know, checking the wires in the back of your dump trucks that are hanging down a little bit over the body and using zip ties to get them back up to where they need to be. You got a cracked body light. It doesn't really matter, but go order the right part and get it fixed. Get all this stuff prepped up in preparation for your busy season. And as you're working on your business, you know, you're giving your energy to your business. That's gonna, you know, put some feelers out into the old world here. And, you know, hopefully you get some calls. I mean, I'm not saying you're gonna get calls from putting energy out there, but you got a better chance of doing that than sitting around being negative, putting yourself in a bad place, and you just, the hole gets deeper and deeper until it's tough to pull yourself out. So the winter slowdown is real. There's nothing about that is false. The winter slowdown is real. It's just about how you react to it. You should never go into the winter seasons with no money in your bank account. You need to prepare for that ahead of time. And you need to even be more prepared when you have a team of guys, because you know that you're going to be burning through payroll that you may not be getting back. I could go through January, February, and have the guys busy, and my bottom line is nothing. I've broken even. But I understand that, and that's not going to happen, but I understand that I need to be okay with that as a business owner, because I need those guys to be out there making money for the business come springtime. If I was a poor business owner, I would lay off guys so that I could keep a little bit of the money that we're making, but come springtime, then I have to rehire. And now I'm moving back a step, moving back more steps than you should be. So you need to just understand that and realize that, yes, the winter slowdown is so real, it is unbelievable. And I know everyone is feeling it this year. It is what it is. You gotta pull yourself out and understand that spring is only around the corner. Spring is right around the corner. You just need to get through this season, and you're gonna be in greener pastures. Life is greener on the other side of the winter. It 100% is. That is the only time where the grass is greener. So that's my tidbit of information for you guys today. I appreciate all the support. Again, the channel information is going to stay the exact same. I just changed the name of it, just changed the look of it a little bit. Trying to take a little bit of a different approach this year in my position, and, you know, share the same great knowledge that I've been trying to give you guys all the while. So I appreciate the support from you guys. Like the channel, subscribe to the channel. I guess you can't like the channel, you have to like the videos. Do whatever you want to do. I put this stuff out for you guys to be as helpful as I can, try and iron out kinks that I'm going through, so that, you know, maybe you don't have to, or you can learn from my experiences, whatever it may be. I'm on my way to get a winter coat because I had to give mine to one of the guys this morning because it's freezing cold out, and they're getting jobs down. It's like 22 here in Mass. So until next time, thanks.